Now, hello everybody, welcome back to Skycast. My name is Christian, and we have a lot to cover today, anywhere from hurricane weather to how hot it's getting, all the way back into we're continuing the rounds of severe storms. So let's go ahead and get right into it. When I say severe storms, it's not wildly insane as we have been seeing. We still have those slight risks, even a random enhanced risk here and there, as we're continuing to get into latter portions of tornado season. But ultimately, what we have been seeing has died off a little bit. Now, hold me there for a minute because it is expected to pick right back up. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. Now, for today, the National Weather Service has highlighted a slight risk through portions of Arkansas, Tennessee, and into the Mississippi Valley. One thing that we haven't seen is how widespread this event is going to be for severe storms. Anywhere from Oregon all the way through the high plains down into Texas and all the way over to the East Coast, we are seeing at least some point of severe storms. This goes through Colorado, straight smack dab through central Colorado, up into Montana, Idaho, and then we have that main area of concern through portions of the Mississippi Valley. Tornado threat, even though it is such a widespread event that we're seeing today, it is a less than 2% in all areas. Does that mean there won't be a tornado? No. That just means that we're not seeing the ingredients there for there to be a tornado. That does not mean one won't pop up. Now, for main threat, we're going to see that wind that 15% of there through portions of the Mississippi Valley, 5% where we're seeing the marginal, and then we're going to see 15% hail, 5 where the marginal. More of that Oregon, Idaho area isn't going to be seeing a hail threat, but more of that wind threat right here. But it's going to be all factors on the table except for tornado, so your flooding concern will be there, as well as wind, hail in excess of 1, maybe 2 inch in diameter. And wind gusts of about 60 to 70 miles an hour. Locally, severe storms capable of producing damaging wind gusts and some hail are possible from the Ozarks eastward and the Tennessee Valley and southeast. Other isolated severe storms with severe gusts and hail will also be possible. The central high plains and the southern plains, and then isolated strong to severe gusts may also pour over parts of the northern intermountain region and the northern high plains, which is going to be this area right here. If you want to pause to read the hypnosis for this, you can. And then we get into day 2, where day 2 is not wildly as widespread, but we do have that slight risk through portions of South Dakota into portions of Nebraska and Wyoming. Tornado threat there, obviously on that low end threat where we're seeing that slight, but unlike today, tomorrow you're going to have that there for there to be a possible tornado or two with these cells that can remain discrete. 15% for wind, 5% where we're seeing the marginal, and then hail going to have that 15%, 5% for that as well. So once again, same thing as today with the wind and hail. We'll have a possibility of anywhere from 50 to 60, maybe even 70 mile per hour winds. And then with that, you're also going to have hail of about 1.5, 2 inches in diameter. Isolated severe storms with large hail and severe wind gusts will be possible on Monday in parts of the central and northern high plains. Marginally severe thunderstorms will be possible in parts of the southern high plains and down into the southeast. And you can pause the video here to read the hypnosis on this. And then we get into day 3 on Tuesday, where we do have this marginal risk of severe weather through portions of Texas into the Panhandle and extreme southwestern Oklahoma. Probabilistic of this being 5%. Severe is 5%, so kind of a low-end threat with this that we're seeing right now. But we will continue to monitor this. So going to be very rainy for the United States. Even if you're not seeing severe storms, we do, like for example, this map in particular, you have these general thunderstorm risks all over the place from Florida up into Canada. So it's going to be very rainy for these areas that are under the general thunderstorm risk just because it's June. It's that time of the month. The ingredients aren't there for severe storm, but it is there for the storms itself. Scattered thunderstorms will be, with marginally severe wind gusts and hail, will be possible Tuesday across parts of the southern plains. And you can pause to read here. But notice how I was saying earlier that we are going to be picking up in severe storms as we get into portions of mid-June. That's what I want to show you now. National Weather Service has highlighted a 15% confidence through portions of the Midwest area. This is going to be for Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. And then we get over into day 5, another area of confidence, that 15% confidence there through kind of the same portions, again, just extended eastward this time towards portions of Nebraska, into Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and into portions of Wisconsin. So this is going to be somewhat of a bigger event. You notice how we always talk about how you get day 4 to day 5. Due to the fact that they're able to highlight it that far out means that this could be more of an upper scale event. Does not mean it's going to be a big old tornado outbreak. Just means that, you know, you have that confidence there pretty early on that there's going to be at least some part of a severe storm here. And then you can pause to read the day 4 through day 5 right here. Basically just goes through what's expected, what's causing it, things like that. But one thing that it's obviously June, so severe storms are going to be a big threat as we continue through tornado season, but we're also looking at heat and hurricane season. So let's go ahead, and I kind of want to cover heat again in this video. Let's go ahead and get right into that. Before we do get into that, we need to get in and cover today's sponsor of the video. Today's video sponsor is Colorado State Roleplay, and Colorado State Roleplay is a ERLC-based roleplay server that takes place in El Paso County in central Colorado, or Colorado Springs if you're not familiar with that. You can roleplay in this server as a civilian and do civilian jobs like a jewelry store worker or a fast food worker, or you can choose to get on the law enforcement team and stop crime from happening. If you're not interested in either of those though, you can get on the fire department team and go to medical calls around the map, or join Department of Transportation and tow vehicles around, with multiple customization opportunities and different liveries that you can use. Overall, it's a fun experience that I do recommend. So if you do want to join and have some fun and try it out, you can click the link in the description to play the game, and it'll be displayed on screen as well, the community link. Now we'll go back to the video. Now, we are seeing hot temperatures all over the United States, but to get the point across that I'm trying to say, I'm going to go through portions of California and Arizona just because that's kind of the main area that we're seeing these threats. And, you know, this is about noon Eastern Standard Time, so about 9 o'clock there, about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning there. And you can see, you know, we do already have these hot temperatures, almost 91, 92, 93 degrees, and that's why through these areas we do have these excessive heat watches in effect, all the way from Bakersfield, Fresno, Las Vegas, all the way down into portions of Phoenix. But you know, we turn this on, and I want to play through the runs a little bit. This does, keep in mind, this won't be exact. This is kind of just showing how this goes through, and you can see how hot those temperatures begin to rise from 97 to 100 degrees, 102, 103, and that is through all these areas. You know, you can see 100, 104. So not as hot as we have been seeing. You know, we've been seeing at degrees of almost 115 degrees through some of these portions, which is why we don't exactly yet have that excessive heat warning in place. But, you know, we're still seeing those hot temperatures here with this area in excess of 100 degrees. So you need to know what to do in case of a heat-related illness. You need to be indoors, drink cool water, not ice cold, have the air conditioning running, and just overall limit the outdoor activities that you need, because this is not good heat with this. And you know, it's for the whole United States. You know, you're seeing these hot temperatures through this area down here where we're seeing, but you know, you also have it towards portions of Texas, into portions of Miami down here as well. And then you have all these dark red areas through this whole area of the United States. So for the most part, hot temperatures everywhere. It does not mean it's going to be deadly, just means that, you know, it's starting to get into summer. We're going to have the hot temperatures, so you can see a little bit of red across the whole United States. So you need to make sure you know what to do in case of a heat-related illness. It does not take much to get something like that. So just make sure we're being 100% on the ball about what to do in case of a heat-related illness does pop up. And as we're looking out into the ocean, you can see, like, the North Atlantic here, the Atlantic in general, we have no area of concern for hurricanes. You can see this would be the general area that I would expect something to pop up if it does within the next few days. Mid-June, to late June is when I'm going to say we're going to start seeing activity pop up here. It is not rare for activity to stop through this area right here. Not rare at all. It's normal for it to die out through portions of June because we are in hurricane season, but that does not mean that we're 100% into portions where we're going to see this. So over the next little bit, the next few months, we're going to see a very big uptick in severe storms and expectancies like that. So besides that, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure we're staying safe with the severe storms, the heat. We're watching the waters for hurricanes and things like that. So once again, all I have for you guys today. Stay safe. Thanks for choosing Skycast as your go-to weather, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.